Love is the answer, so what is the question? Well, why are we here? Love. What are we doing? Love. What are we creating? Love. What are we feeling? Love. Love can be directed and shaped and moved in so many ways. An infinite amount of ways, really, to create all of these different fractals of expression that we get to experience. How fun. I've been writing about love a lot today. I've written 4 or 5 pieces this morning that are reflections on love. And a lot of the things that I have reflected on today and come to are reminders of these truths that love is not something that comes from outside of us. It is something that springs up from within us, bubbles up from within us, comes through our soul, our being, our cells. And it's when we look at something outside of us on the outside and think that that's where the love comes from. And sure, maybe that sparks love in us. Maybe that ignites it, inspires it. But the love that we feel and moves through us is something that we must be tuned into in order to even perceive of. So it's a wonderful thing, a wonderful truth to know thyself and to experience thyself and to deepen knowing of self all throughout life. When we say it's all love, what does that mean? Because, you can look at the outside world and see distortion and say, how could that possibly be love? And it's like, well, it's love misdirected. It's an attachment to love. It's a distortion of it. It's a fear of losing it, a fear of not having it. Loving something so much and having been taught perhaps that love is finite instead of remembering that it is infinite and it is ever present when we choose to tune into it. Having your love be an immutable fact of your existence, of your being. Choosing to align with love and allow more of it in your life and cultivate it like a gardener, grow it. Because love is a feeling, a reaction, a sensation. And it can be shaped and grown through our thoughts, words, deeds, and actions. There are so many different ways of doing this. When we're growing love, as the gardens that we all are, we are doing the things that amplify it in our being. And that's coming from recognizing that I feel this love. And when I do these things, there's more love. Love is increased. And I'm enjoying it. And whoever I'm sharing it with is enjoying it. And if there's love coming, if you feel love and then you're acting through fear, distortion, fear is simply a distortion of love. It's fear of, it's well, I suppose a love of lack or a love of instability, a love of insecurity. And that is the idea that it can go somewhere. It may change form, all energy does, but it doesn't leave you. You can always access it. So when there's this desire to control things, desire to control the way that a person is and interacts with you, that's coming from fear. That's coming from a fear of not receiving love, or a feeling love and then feeling like and feeling like it's codependent languaging. So likely that means you were taught that. Feeling love and then feeling that you needed to do something to control its presence instead of appreciating it where it always is, which is in any moment that you pay attention to it and notice it. So observe your life and notice where you are acting, thinking, and speaking from appreciation of a thing, and where you are conversely acting, thinking, speaking in a desire to control a thing. And neither's wrong. It's just simply an observation. Neither's right. It's simply an observation. And what do we get from that observation? Well, we learn more about how we're showing up in our world, in our lives, and how to flow easier. And that actually brings me to the poem that I flipped to right before hitting record, which for my new book, Quantum Poetry, Games with Myself by Rosemarie Bodrucki. I will share that now because it's going to be relevant. Likely. I am clear and receive what I love. I know my intention, it stems from above. Taught heart and mind to let go of what was. Learned to stay with my feelings and give them some love. These thoughts in my head I'd been leaving unread till I had space to process the pain and unrest, till I had grown to hold both my fears and my facts, with my mind in the future and my heart in the past. I'd forgotten what mattered, but relearned it fast. I am what I speak, all my words become mass. Like mother, like daughter, like father, like son, peace transform pain back into love. My ancestors had stories, your ancestors too. Some narratives stale, now you know what to do. I am has the power, so never refrain. For speaking of you is the way you take aim and project yourself forward in this future game. Stories can help us and guide us to gold. When they're removed, it leaves a big hole. Plant some new seeds and nurture what grows. Draw out the map and move towards your goal. You have all that you need inside your soul. You have always been perfect, complete, and whole. Feel now this moment where all is potential. Potent creation is now inevitable. It's happening anyway. Be now accountable. Your focus takes form. The outcomes are bettable. Here we remember this life is a ride. There are ups, twists, and downs, mundane and profound, in a spiraling pattern that comes back around. You'll get it this time as you see yourself win. There is nothing that you couldn't get or now give. As you rise above and act through new matter, problems are gone, illusions have scattered. With your burdens released, you simply rise higher. There's more space inside you to ignite and inspire. Creation to flow from your soul, liquid God. There's no way to deny that you've got this. Go on. Make some new moves. Be kind to the self. At the end of the day, there is no one else who can make choices and move me so swell. So I take perfect care of this immaculate well. These fears I'd been shoving to the back of the shelf came up for release. I remembered me well. The well yet runs deeper, so dive in and breathe. An oasis awaits you, and it's called inner peace. I am quantumly leaping through life where I'm standing, transforming myself and my world in tandem. Selecting the thought energy, it's not random. The presence is here now, patterned by my spelling. Waves of ease washing over me, rain through my soul with immaculate peace, pure ringing love, feel it grow as I breathe. I love what I love. What I love is still me. I maintain my alliance with source and with grace, transforming my triggers, creating more spaces. I feel my true ease as my energy raises, returning from focal points other than self. I am here at the center. There is nobody else. And really, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I will say, I love that that piece is called Shower Flow because that was one of the pieces that I caught while showering. I turned the recorder on my phone and managed to capture that one because the amount of beautiful poetry and songs and music that has poured through me while I was showering and didn't record it is astronomical. And it always seems to be the best ones too, but that's where I get to surrender and be like, all right, well, that was just for that moment. That was just the flow of that moment. When I get to capture them, it's really special. So, anyway, Quantum Poetry Games with Myself by Rosemarie Bodrucki is available currently on Amazon and soon to be other places. And I hope you received lots of love from that. Tune into what love is for you, what you were taught it was, and what it actually feels like and how it shows up in your life. Recognize how to cultivate it and enjoy. Have a beautiful day. Bye now.